Hello, hi, Will here with another video. How you doing? Come in. I'm going to talk about things today. I'm going to do a little exploration of how do you weigh up pros and cons in life. So I wanted to look at this question today because it's something I've been doing a lot recently. I've been looking at getting a new car, and I thought, how do we do the pros and cons of this? How do we think about this? It's like a new car is a big decision, and I want a new car because my current car isn't serving me because my job changed. I bought that car when I didn't have to drive a lot. Now I'm going to have to drive for work with my own personal car. So what the lemony snicket should I do? So I look at my situation and I go, wow, my current car is cool in some ways. And I will slander them. I'm not happy with my MG vehicle. It only has 25,000 miles, guys. It's still a pretty new car, okay? And it is doing lots of things that are worrying the hell out of me. The engine stutters at moderate speeds. It's not good at all. So I had to pay a painful amount of money to get out of MG because the vehicles have decreased in value very quickly because they're unreliable hunks of junk. So I was like, I don't want to be in the brand that produces the unreliable hunks of junk. I'm going to go to another brand that is known for reliability. So I went to I'm a weeb at heart. We all know this, guys. We know I'm a weeb. So let's not act like I'm not a weeb. So I went with the weeb brand. I went with Toyota. Of course I went with Toyota. They're absurdly reliable. Their cars are known for lasting for a very, very long time. And your boy's in the market for riding till it dies. So I really want a car that goes and is absurdly fuel efficient. So I want to test drive with a Toyota Yaris because I think this is a huge thing as well for me, because I asked this, how do you weigh up pros and cons, because it changes based on where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I am. Your boy's lost a bunch of weight, right, which is sick as hell. Big fan of that. But that changes how I do the pros and cons calc, right? Because the cons are different, the pros are different because I'm different. So I go, I'm going to look at some cars, and historically I look at Toyota, and I get in a Toyota, and I go, I get in a CHR, or a Corolla, or a Prius, or it was a RAV4, but now they've got that BDX whatever, which is the RAV4 replacement, I think. And in the bigger cars, I was biased towards bigger cars because I was a fat boy, I was a thickie, and being a thickie when you're in a small car is a terrible time, okay? So something I've noticed in the larger vehicles, and this is how I'm doing the calculation of the pros and cons, is that there's this big console in the middle. It's not necessarily bigger cabin-wise, right? So then I get in some of the littler boys. I go all the way to the bottom and I go, wouldn't it be funny if I just get an Aygo, a Toyota Aygo, a tiny little Aygo, little baby Aygo, known as one of the most reliable vehicles you can purchase. So I go, let's see if my derriere can be contained by the Aygo. So I go and sit in the Aygo, and I do not go. I stay damn well where I am because it's too small. Regardless of the amount of weight I lose, I'm still 6'2". I'm still a long boy. I got in the car kind of, but then I got in the back seat, and it was a 5-door Aygo. So I'm like, okay, let's get in the back and see if other humans can ever fit in here. Other humans cannot fit in there. And I was like, at some point, I will have other humans in the back. Will they die? I don't know. Also, I'd kind of like a little bit of boot space, a little bit of tushy zones for stuff. I would store in my car. I regularly bring large waters with me. So again, I'm looking at the pros and cons. I'm like, what is the space of the vehicle? What is the efficiency of the vehicle? And I had a big MG HS, big boy. And I'm like, did I ever use this space? No, it was actually annoying to have a really big boot because I'd have the liquid sloshing around all the time, thwomping from side to side. And I'd never fill the car up. And if I did fill the car up, it would be even more sluggish and slow because the car's sluggish and slow as hell. So, and I never had people in the back seat. The panoramic roofs were cool, but I never get to see it anyway because I'm in the front looking out. So I've been grieving that. That was a pro for me, picking that car. I love the panoramic, but life's changed. And I've gone for the boring, reliable Toyota Yaris. The cheapest trim as well. And I hope it holds its value. But I don't care, because they've got 10 years warranty. They're built like tanks. And I could just friggin' go and drive this thing, hopefully, for 100,000 plus miles. That's what I'd like to do if I average 10,000 miles a year, which is what the plan I put down is. Maybe I'll frickin' frick-a-frack, and it'll be fine. But yeah, pros and cons in life. You have to think about how you change. I change. I'm small now. I'm a healthier weight. I'm not a healthy weight yet, but I'm healthier. My visceral fat's going down. My subcutaneous fat is going down at a pretty stellar rate still, somehow. Probably because I'm not eating enough. But that's what Mounjaro does. It makes you eat less. Still on 2.5 milligram. I'm in that case. But 2.5. Pros and cons. Pros of having a smaller car. They're generally more fuel efficient. I really, really hate paying for fuel. Fuel's money, expensive money. And the less I can spend on that, the better. Also, I think I've also really been burnt by the £500 my rear brakes and discs have cost me for the MGHS. I hate that. I don't like that. And I'd rather not pay that much. So yeah, pros and cons for me. I got to think about how I've changed, and I've changed in good ways. And I got a Yaris today, and I did an hour test drive. I drove all the way to my mum's house, but I didn't go and see her because I didn't want to. And then I drove all the way back to the dealership, which was kind of cool. I didn't even feel like I used much fuel at all. I was cruising along. Oh, it was chef's kiss. It was beautiful. I could keep going and going and going. And I could dump a bunch of stuff in the car, and I could have stuff in the back seat if I want. And yeah, man, it just felt right. It felt right, you know, when you get in a car. I've driven some cars, and I'm like, I don't know about this, man, but I got in a Yaris, and I was just like, this feels right. This is like the right amount of space, the right amount of tech. The one I'm getting is the basic model, so it's not going to have the same amount of tech. So I drove the top spec model. If I had more money, I would have loved the top spec model, but realistically, don't need it. I'm looking forward to cloth seats. I had leather seats. You might think, what? Leather seats are fancy. Why don't you want leather seats? I don't like them in the summer. They suck. And in the winter, they're whatever. Heat seats, not having that anymore, you know? And when I look at the pros and cons, I think of my values, guys. What do I actually value? I value a car that is reliable and good on the fundamentals. I always have. I had a Hyundai iX20 back in the day. That car was exactly all of the fundamentals. And it had a funny wobble, and I got worried. And now I have this Toyota Yaris. I don't have it yet. I still have my HS, but let's come back to the values. I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good that I'm getting a blue, reliable boy that's going to do many a mile, and I'm going to drive it a lot. And I can't wait. I'm excited to have a car that doesn't make me shit my pants in terms of fuel costs and repair costs. And also might get a little refundy on the old insurance. So those are my pros and cons. That's how I'm analysing it in real time. The real example, guys. We're being concrete today. What's going on? I'm going to leave it there, though. You've been wonderful. I've been Will. Good luck. Take care. See you soon.